15 hours later, and the team arrive at Rockingham Racecourse to put the car through its paces. And there's no way Leepu would miss this. Pain on no pain.
What do you think about this car?
I've made it as safe as we possibly can.
Fitting in the oversized engine meant a lot of structural changes to the body, any weaknesses, and the car could fall apart at high speed.
This is a total and utter rebuild of a body, suspension, steering, brakes, tyres, engine, gearbox. You're putting something which is twice this size into something as small as this. We don't know what the stress factors are going to be like, the handling, how it's going to be, how it's going to perform on the road, if it's going to skid, if it's going to jump, if it's going to bounce. You know, all we've got to try and do is to drive it as best as we can, as safely as we can, to see if anything else, shows up. We don't know. It could bust the drive shaft, it could smash the suspension to pieces. The front suspension might completely come apart. We don't know. But this is why it's important, before we do any other bodywork on this, to try it on the track, put it through its paces, see what it's like, see what it handles like.
One problem they had was squeezing the Mondeo shock absorbers into the Fiesta's frame, which has left the wheels sloping inwards.
There's way too much. The tyres are too out. It's too much.
High-performance cars often come with an adverse camber, as it can help with cornering when travelling at high speeds. But Leepu is worried that on their boy racer car, the wheels may collapse inwards. At high speed, that's not good news.
You feel lucky, ducky?
I am.
I've never ever known you speechless. You got a million...
Maybe that's because he's drugged up to the eyeballs with painkillers following his recent fang chop.
You nervous?
I'm not nervous, no.
I am. Get in the goddamn car. Get in the goddamn car.
For once, knowing the car may well fall apart, Leepu and Bernie decide to wear protective fire suits and helmets.
Come back with one piece.
And in case it hurts, Leepu's taken a few more painkillers. It's the moment of truth.
Put your foot down, Bernie.
It may look like a piece of scrap metal on wheels, but Bernie is finding it's a powerful machine and is putting his foot down. But Leepu's worried they won't make it round the first corner. Despite travelling at 100 miles an hour with no windscreen in a potential death trap, Leepu seems to have gone into a state of zen-like calmness.
You're very, very quiet, Leepu, why?
Well, it could be nerves, but it's more likely that the painkillers have kicked in. Whereas Bernie's enjoying being a boy racer.
Give it what it's worth. Show fucking boss here. I built you, you fucker!
The test drive has been a big success. Not only have they finished in one piece, the engine went well and the wheels have survived the ordeal intact.
You drive like you're 18 years old.
Leepu looks a little comatose, but does he still have concerns about the wheels?
Do you think the camber of the wheels has actually helped?
Perfect. I mean, I don't see the problem.
No worry, Murray. It went fantastic. Brakes are brilliant. It handles like a dream.
Just got to build a body now.
Tell you, want to build one for me? I can do with a new body. Goddamn, jump him!
The test drive has been a triumph for the engineering team, but they're still calling the car Frankenstein's monster. Leepu only has 2 days to turn the beast into a thing of beauty before it has to go to the paint shop. But at least he's feeling better.
I'm relieved. At least I don't have those headaches. I don't have those worries. I believe I can start doing my design work because nothing is occupying my brain. I'll just start right now. I'll start somewhere. You know what I mean?
No, not really, Leepu. He seems to be clutching at straws, or rather bits of Mondeo.
My whole concept, the whole lines are not in there yet. I'm just putting bits and pieces over there.
At the moment, he's a bit stuck on his design. Doesn't know what to do because he's not working from his own mind. He's trying to make a boy racer car. As I say, we've got only 2 days left to actually get the car done and finished. So hoping something might pops into his head soon.
Could it be between the painkillers and all the waiting around for Bernie to finish, Leepu's lost his magic touch? Things are getting desperate, and while Leepu struggles to come up with a grand plan, Terry and Zia decide to start the design themselves. They're running out of time, and someone has to get on with it. Despite Leepu's block, there's still a lot to do, so Bernie has hired G, a qualified mechanic, to help out.
9 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Leepu has noticed his tattoo.
Can I take your shirt off?
Yeah, what now?
I got something.
No, get it right here.
Matches my line with the thing I was imagining. You can get inspiration from anywhere. About the lines.
Inspiration for tomorrow.
It may only be one small tattoo for a man, but it's a giant leap of inspiration for a car designer.
Terry! Take your shit off! Terry!
Unfortunately for Terry and Zia, Leepu's moment of enlightenment doesn't include the work they've already done.
They're nice, but they're conventional, the way everybody does. So, I want to just let me go my own way, okay?
After 2.5 weeks of waiting and worrying, Leepu can finally get creative. And it's the sharp lines of G's tattoo that sets him off. Form's following function, and Leepu's found a way of assessing wind drag using sparks from a grinder.
Most of them passing through straight from there, and some are hitting here and then going through there. I mean, basically, it's forming a airfoil, which is what's going to push the car to the ground. Another good innovation. Yeah? Yeah.
With Leepu now satisfied with his design, there's just one small thing to do.
I like it. Bunny likes it. Bunny likes anything I do. Even if I take a big hammer and slam it, he said, wow, brilliant.
Before Leepu can work on the front of the car, he needs to find a new front bumper.
Loads of bumpers.
He and Bernie have taken a walk down the road to one of Bethnal Green's many car graveyards.
Vectra.
Too many to choose. Too many bumpers to choose, Bernie.
Land Rover.
Man.
A nice Land Rover one. Omega. Look at the size of that one.
Look, too many bumpers to choose. Which one? Which one? Celica. MR2. Burn, it's not bad.
That is nice because it's round.
I want to try this.
I think that is nice.
Back at the chop shop, it's on with the new bumper.
Fucking matches.
Finally, Leepu is buzzing with ideas, and Frankenstein's monster is getting some much-needed cosmetic surgery.
Let's get another seat cam. Maybe have a wheel, pencil, and kaa.
He is chopping so much, I reckon he can go and work in a butcher. My wife's got shopping addiction, and he's got chopping addiction. A chopaholic. That's what he is, a chopaholic. Frankenstein will be proud of us, I'll tell you something. You give me a job any day.
Very nice, very nice. That's what you call a consistency of the design.
Coming up, it's 1 a.m. on the day of the Silverstone Festival, but Leepu and the boys are still in the chop shop, and there's a problem.
Well, look at that. Yeah?
Has disaster struck at the last moment?
Look at this. Whole engine is burning.